In 2005, my denomination, the United Methodist Church, lost 80,000 members, and yet giving was up 40%. How did that happen? It happened because the tsunami in Southeast Asia in December of 2004 and Hurricane Katrina in August of 2005 inspired such a huge outpouring of compassion and sacrifice. People want to give to things that make a difference. And sudden crises like natural disasters provide very obvious opportunities to make a difference. Disaster response requires all of the other types of service we've talked about over the past few weeks. You've got to get food and water to the people affected. You have to heal folks who have been injured and welcome the strangers who are suddenly homeless. These sudden needs require a sudden response, which means we need to be prepared both financially and spiritually to sacrifice our money, our time, and our comfort to minister to the victims of disaster. Thanks to the internet and 24-hour cable news, natural disasters and other crises around the world get major attention. This is great because people in need suddenly become very visible, and making a difference is as easy as calling into a celebrity telethon to make a donation. A big media storm can inspire a big response as people rush to send money and supplies to the areas affected. But it can also cause us to focus so much on one area affected that we overlook others in need. This week's videos show disaster responses that focus both on the epicenter of a crisis and on the sometimes forgotten victims that don't get much media attention. First, a Tennessee church that mobilized quickly to send health kits to Haiti after the earthquake in January 2010. In our second video, you'll see a church that came to the rescue of migrant farmers in Florida who were suddenly out of work when Hurricane Katrina flooded their fields.
It's Sunday morning, and members of Grace United Methodist Church near Nashville, Tennessee, have traded their Sunday best for work clothes.
You want to start your other table over there?
They are packing health kits. Items like clean towels, soap, and combs are carefully packaged. These will be sent to families left homeless by the earthquake in Haiti.
We're thinking what it means to be a church. It's not just about being there at 8:30 or 11 o'clock.
It's just great to see our community come together to work together to help all these people.
When event organizer Rick Rio stood up to ask his fellow church members to assemble 1,000 kits, something amazing happened.
Next thing I know, out of my mouth, right there in front of the congregation, are coming the words 10,000 kits. It's not me.
10,000 was no problem. In a few days, donations from local businesses and individuals poured in.
We had 10,000 nail clippers. We had 10,000 big towels, small towels, brushes.
We are counting bandages, and we need 6 in each. When they have cuts or anything, they can put their bandages on.
160 volunteers worked quickly.
I was the guy who kind of mushed the air out of the plastic bags because we had to fit, 60 bags per box.
For 65 years, UMCOR, the United Methodist Committee on Relief, has been providing humanitarian aid to those affected by natural disasters. As with Haiti, people see the devastation on the news and are moved. Health kits are a hands-on way to help.
It's one thing to do it through your cell phone, $10 at a piece. It's one thing to do it in your offering plate. But this is where you actually touch something. The next time that package is opened, it'll be opened by someone that is in dire need. These are small, simple kits that will be there and hopefully touching them.
Over in that end someplace, okay?
200 migrant families with children live in this labor camp south of Miami. They were some of the first people hit by Hurricane Katrina.
We survived Andrew, and we're not prepared for this.
Katrina dumped more than 20 inches of rain on South Florida before heading to the Gulf Coast.
Now the result of that flooding, however, is that the migrant farm worker is out of work. There is no work in flooded fields.
Rebuilding will take time. They don't know when they'll have steady jobs again.
We're talking to some of the growers that we know, and they said, it will be work for 3 or 4 weeks. But then after that, we said, well, God provides for everybody.
After Fred Grantham told fellow church members at Cutler Ridge United Methodist Church about their neighbors, they collected 400 pounds of beans and rice.
It's the carbohydrates that they got to have, and the beans are the protein.
Muchas cosas que so a lot of the food went bad because there was no electricity for 2 or 3 days.
Thanks to the help of one church, these storm survivors can put food on their tables for at least a few days.
So they always come. Thank God. They're very nice people.